Good day to our respondent. In this video, I will demonstrate our testing of our project proposed as part of our capstone 2, and we will show the following demonstration of testing of Active Directory, the group policy object. Next is the L2TP IPsec VPN with pressured key. Next is the network policy server as radio server, also known as remote authentication dial-in user service protocol, with the following authentication, authorization, and accounting. Now I will go to my Windows server. Here, this is our main server. And as you can see, this is named as Gigatech server with the domain of gigatech.inc. We also have the VPN server separated. Here, this server is named as gigatech.vpn with the connection to the domain of the gigatech.inc. We also have the client here, the Windows 10. So first we will start on the Active Directory, and I will show you that we already have the users of the IT departments, the GT agents, from agent 1 to the team leader, and we also have the group of GT agents, wherein the members are the following: the agents 1, 2, and the team leader. We also have a security group of the IT admins joined with Rainier Zafra or R Zafra. We also created a guest user with no security group. So first we will log in the client here. Let's log in using the GT Agent 1 credential. Here, as you can see, we already logged in, and we can see that using the client, we can connect to the main server. Next is we will test the GPO. First is the prohibiting of any external devices storage from accessing. So I've already connected a USB, and let's go to the client's PC. Here, as you can see, we already have a flash drive, and when we open it, it will prompt an access deny. Our next GPO is installing any application to the client. So we will go, I already downloaded an application, the VLC app. And when we install it, we need an administrator's account to install this application. So let's click the no. And also we have the prohibition of access of control panel. So this is the control panel. We already have the restriction that we cannot access the control panel. Next is the testing of VPN server. So we already configured a VPN here, and our VPN is L2TP IPsec configuration. We already configured a pressured key for the client to access. So let's go to once again to the client, and let's sign out and connect as an admin to also demonstrate the connection used with the control panel. So another user. Here, we already log in, and let's go to the VPN settings. And on the VPN, let's clear the sign-in info first. We already configured the connection name of GigaTech VPN. We also have the server or name or address, the 192.168.100.103. We also have the VPN type of IPsec with pre-shared key, and we already configured the pre-shared key. You can also I'm entering the pre-shared key once more. Here, this is the pre-shared key. Let me check once more. It's pre-shared key, so save. And let's try to connect using the GigaTech account. So it's getting a credential. So GT-Giga agent, agent 1. Here, as you can see, we're already connected to the GigaTech VPN. And let's see the IP config of what address we've got. So as you can see here, this is the local IP address of the client, the 192.168.10.99. And we also have the VPN IP address of 10.10.10.3. So let's go to the VPN server here. So as you can see, let's refresh. We have a one connected client with the username of GT-agent1 as we connected from the client. And we also have let's check the status. We have the duration of 45 seconds in the statistics and the IP address of 10.10.10.3. Okay. Also, let's try testing connecting a guest, but this guest don't have the access or any credential to pass the network policy server. So let's disconnect first, go to the advanced, clear the sign-in info, and connect once more with another account. So let's log in the GigaTech, the guest user. So when I try to connect with the user or the guest user without the credential on accessing with the network policy server or being blocked by the network policy server, when we try to connect, it says it does not recognize any username and password combination you provided or not permitted to connect on the remote access server. So let's close it. And that's to test the network policy server. So as you can see, that's for the authentication. We cannot access because here the guest is not connected or not a member of any group. And when we go to the network policy, the connection policy, let's maximize. In the network policy, here we have on the condition, we only added the IT admin and the GT agents group that can only access this host server with the authentication of the network policy server as a radio server. So let's go once again. It says that we can only connect with the group of IT admin and the GT. So let's try connecting once more on IT. I mean the agent. So GT. Here. So as you can see, we already once again connected. So we will now test the authorization, wherein we can only connect to the server or the VPN. So let's disconnect first and minimize. Here on the network policy, we already configured the policies for the GigaTech, and let's have a constraint of session timeout. It says that the maximum amount of time in minutes that the user can be connected. So we can set any minute on how long the client can connect to the VPN. So let's set a 1 minute. So okay, and let's connect the Giga Tech client once more. And here, as you can see, it's once again connected. And let's check on the IP config. What's the IP address? It says 10.10.10.5. And let's check on the GigaTech VPN over here. Let's refresh it. We have the GigaTech. We have an agent 1 connected and the IP address of 10.10.10.1. And let's wait for the duration of 1 minute. If it will disconnect the user. Duration of 45 seconds. 50 seconds here. 56, 58, 59. That's 1 minute. And as you can see, as I refresh, no more information being released. So let's close it. And on the remote access client, it already showed that no more user is connected. That means that this client is now disconnected to the VPN because of the session timeout. So here, it's disconnected. That's for the session timeout. Next is the day and time restriction. So let's go once again to the constraints. Let's turn this off. Oops. The constraints, day and time. Let's create. So the blue one are the permitted and the white blocks are the denied. Let's put from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Let's permit only the access from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday. So let's click OK. Apply then OK. Once again, let's go to the client. Let's wait for a few seconds and let's try to connect once more. Here, as you can see, we cannot connect because we can only access the VPN of the host network from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And we have the time of 10:55 Monday, 10:55 p.m. That's why we cannot connect. So let's revert it from the default once more. And that's for the authorization of the network policy server. Next, we will go to the accounting. As you can see here, we already configured the accounting of the network policy server, wherein we will create a text log file and will be saved on the documents. Will be saved on the location of the document of this server. So to test that, once again, we will connect here. So when we connect, it will create a log connection on the file. So when we go once again to the main server, minimize this all, and we will go to the documents. We have a file here, a text file, and when we open it, we have all the logins or the log information of the network policy server. Let's go to the below, and here, as you can see, let's try to see any information. Over here, we can see the connection of the username GT-agent1. This is the timestamp, like here, 5:23, 11, 12. Let's check another. Over here, you can see the 10.10.10.6. And when we check on the VPN server, let's refresh. the IP address given to the client is 10.10.10.6. That's from the log files. Let's check more information here. We have the account link of here, account link count, timestamp from 5/3/5/23, 1451. Let's see once more information. Here we have the connection of the GigaTech server from the GigaTech server. And here, you can also see here the GigaTech client, wherein we connect the computer GigaTech with the name of computer name of GigaTech client. And we can also see here the request, the point of request of the client from the client to the main server. Like this is the address of the client, 192.168.10.9. So that's the accounting of the log files of the network policy survey. And that's all for the demonstration of our configuration and testing from from Active Directory to network policy server. That's all. Thank you.